やっと二人きりになったね。ユニコーンくんだけだよ。すごいかっこいい。子供が欲しいな。ごちそうさまでした。ねえねえ、これ教えて。さすが。私あなたをよく見てるから。もうちょっと一緒にいたいな。Hey guys and girls on Ask Japanese, it's Cathy Cat. This time we're going to talk about 10 Japanese words or phrases to get a Japanese boy to fall for you. And let me also know, boys, would they work on you? And girls, would you like to try one of them? Let's go!
始まるよ。
Number 1. やっと二人きりになったね。やっと二人きりになったね。やっと二人きりになったね。Meaning, finally, we're both alone. That can, for example, be at a situation where you're like in a university club or a school club, or you were out drinking with your colleagues, and there's this one moment when you find you're alone together with that one person that you care about, and that's a really good line because it only says, hey, we're both alone, maybe the other ones are coming back in a moment, or someone's coming back from the bathroom any second, but those moments in which you both are alone, expressing that you're glad it's just you and him is just the right moment. みんな買い物行っちゃったね。なんかやっと二人きりになったね。何話す？恥ずかしいよ。
始めます。
ユニコーンくんだけだよ。ユニコーンくんだけだよ。ユニコーンくんだけだよ。Unicorn boy, only for you. I mean, instead of unicorn, you're obviously saying the name of the person. So, for example, only so-and-so kun, I do that for you, or would do that for you, or do these things for you. And that's a really good way of showing that maybe you're nice to this person, but you want them to know you're only doing these things because you already think he's kind of special. So it makes the other person feel special about themselves, saying, I only do that for you, or like, I only tell these kind of stories to you, or, I would only do that kind of stuff for you. I mean, how happy would you be if someone said that to you? You instantly feel special. And that's when you can use the situation. So for example, if it's just a little thing that you do for him and you want them to know that you would do that for someone else, like you bake cookies and they're like, oh wow, do you always bake cookies for everyone? And if you then say, yeah, それはユニコーンくんだけだよ. Then you know, they will know that you only bake the cookies for him. I think he'll be happy. すごいすごいすごい Meaning amazing! Everyone loves praise. You love praise. I love praise. Pretty much everyone loves praise. And sugoi is one of the common words that's used the most to say like amazing, great. So if someone does, and especially if a boy does something cool or great, be sure to let him know and say, hey, sugoi! ユニコーンくんすごいこんな難しい数学できるんだすごいすごいなんかわざとっぽいWow, unicorn, you can do these complicated maths. That's amazing. Of course, just don't overdo it, because then it just sounds a bit fake. Just really praise them when you really think something is cool about them, though. But when they've done something cool, be sure to let them know. If you do it too much, it's a pain. It hurts. Like just now, that was too much. Don't do that. Don't copy that one.
いらっしゃいませ。かっこいい。かっこいい。かっこいい。
Cool. Now, generally, this is the word that girls use when they talk about another boy, saying, wow, he's so cool. And it doesn't harm to also let a boy know when you think he's cool. But again, that's a word. Do not overuse that one. If you call a boy kakui, do it maybe once, maybe twice, but don't do it too much because otherwise it will just be a bit too much and it might sound fake. But yeah, if you find a good situation when someone does a really great shoot, for example, at the baseball and he does it and he won and yes, he's done it and you say, wow, Motomuki-kun, kakkoi! That's okay to tell him, but maybe not with the kind of anime voice. あ、この前のシュートすごかったね。かっこよかったよ。 That sounds a lot better. 子供が欲しいな。子供が欲しいな。子供が欲しいな。I would like to have kids. Now, that's not something that you randomly just drop on someone, but generally, Japanese boys are still very domestic and they like the idea of kids and family much more than some Western boys are open to admit. Which means they like hearing that girls like that kind of domestic thing, that they want to have kids and similar things like that. So if it comes up in a conversation and family and similar things are mentioned, it is totally okay to say, 子供が欲しいな. I would like to have kids in the future, because again, it will make them think about you in a much more domestic way. And if you mention these phrases, he might think about a future of you guys together.
ちょっと待ってね。
ありがとうございます。ごちそうさまでした。ありがとうございます。ごちそうさまでした。All these manner words are very important in Japan. Japanese people take a lot of care about society, about other people. So if you can't say your please and your thank you, you're definitely not gonna look good. So make sure that you know the manner words, and saying arigato, thank you, just goes a long way about loads of things. So be nice to other people around you, not just to the boy you like, but other people as well. Know your manners and know Japanese manners. That's definitely gonna help you.
しばらくお待ちください。ね
えねえ、これ教えて。ねえねえ、これ教えて。ねえねえ、これ教えて。Explain this to me, please. Now, this is a sentence you probably will be using a lot when you come to Japan. You don't know a lot of things. There's loads of things that he can teach you. And being able to teach another human something always makes you feel good too. So if there's something you don't know, be honest about it and get some help from him. It will make him feel better because he managed to help you. And it might give you a chance to spend more time with each other, talk a little bit more, and get to know each other. ねえねえ教えて、これ日本語で何というの？スパイダーでした。クモだ。さすが、さすが、さすが、さすが。As expected. That's an unusual praise word here in Japan, but it goes a long way. If you say sasuga, if someone does something good, something cool, something great, or knows something, if you say sasuga, it explains that it has the connotation that you already have great expectations of that person, and they happen to do the right thing according to your expectations. So it pretty much shows that you have, high standings or a higher view of that person. So saying sasuga can really be a really cool word. まもるくん、この前のテストで100点取ったね。さすがまもるくん、すごい。かっこいい。やりすぎ。
よろしくお願いします。
そうかわいい。私あなたをよく見てるから。私あなたをよく見てるから。私あなたをよく見てるから。That's because I watch you a lot. Now, they saying that in the wrong way, it might actually sound kind of creepy. I'm watching you. But it's more the idea of noticing what the other person is doing and noticing what they're up to. So that's why it's often used in anime and manga as almost a love proposal, because it shows that you're very aware of what they're doing. You see them, you don't stare at them and follow them, but you see what they're doing and you notice the things they are doing. And that's why あなたをよく見てるから means, you pick up also on things. So for example, if he seems to be a bit happier than usual, or maybe sadder than usual, or similar things like that, if you pick up on the feeling and go hey, how have you been recently? You seem to be a little bit down. What's up? And he goes oh, how did you notice? Then you can say あなたをよく見てるから meaning, I watch out for you, or I look out for you and notice the things you do and your emotions, and I just picked up on it, so why don't we talk about it? And that's a wonderful thing, because it means that this could also show in a connotation that you guys already have spent a lot of time with each other and you know the other person from that time, or for like spending time with them so much already that you can pick up on their emotions. In Japan is a society where it's so important to pick up on the other person's feelings because many things are kept inside. So if you're able to spend so much time with a boy that you're able to pick out what his emotions are, if he feels good or not, then you're already on the right track.
お疲れ様です。もうちょっと一緒にいたいな。もうちょっと一緒にいたいな。
Meaning, I would like to spend a little bit more time with you. Now, you can say this in different environments, maybe after school on the way home, or after you were out and you had some fun in Disney or similar things like that. Just saying you'd like kind of want to extend the time with them a little bit more. And you know that moment when it's time to say goodbye and you feel like you don't want to say goodbye yet. So put that into words with this phrase, you know. And I mean, it can also have a other connotation, which, you know, if you want to take it to that level is another thing, but generally it doesn't have to be a naughty connotation. It just means like, I would like to spend a little bit more time with you. And again, it's a lovely little scenario, and I think we've all been there, and that would help us a lot to just have the other person say, hey, I enjoy spending time with you and I'd like to spend more time with you. And that hopefully leads into them giving you the chance to maybe meet them again or similar things like that. So these are a couple of phrases that are very, very helpful. If you think about them, it makes sense, right? That these phrases would make people happy. I hope these phrases help you. I know it's not easy, especially as not a Japanese girl, to talk with Japanese boys and get them to be interested in you. But if you're on the hunt and there's someone you like, then good luck, try your best. And we're also going to put more tips and advices for love and dating here in Japan out for you in the future. So don't forget to be subscribed and tick on that little notification bell so you don't miss it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to catch you soon for more stuff here on Ask Japanese. So stay smiley. All the best out to you from Japan, to you no matter where in the world you are, and I'll catch you soon on Ask Japanese. Thanks for watching.
もうちょっと一緒にいたいな。